So, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Damn, it's cold out here. What's good with y'all, man? How y'all feeling? How y'all feel out there? Yo, Mozzie, pull up, man. Let's chop it up, man. Come on alive, bro. Yeah, man. Today I want to get into this Liza Rios topic, man. Let me send you a request, bro. Hold on. We're gonna talk about Liza Rios, man. If y'all ain't seen with Uppercut Podcast, like the homie, he sent me the joint. Well, he didn't send me the joint. He basically told me about the joint that she had walked off the interview. So basically, he asked her a few questions about, Fat Joe and, could she be able to squash that? Now, Shorty got offended and walked off. Y'all seen the clip on how the dialogue is going viral. Shout out to Uppercut Podcast. Shout out to my guy, Tiger. He doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? And basically, she walked up and left the interview because she felt insulted that he asked her a question about reconciling with Fat Joe. Now, here's my opinion on Liza Rios, the whole situation with her, Fat Joe, Big Pun, and everything, right? I think back in 2020, when I was doing, or was it 2020 or 2021? I had reached out. I got you. Bet. We definitely do it tomorrow. But back in 2020, I had reached out. It was 2021. I had reached out to Pun's sister to do an interview, and we had a good conversation. She had hit me up, and she basically told me about old girl. Now, Pun's sister don't rock with Liza, all right? For circumstances of her saying that Liza did her brother dirty, she was cheating, and a whole lot of other stuff, right? Now, here's my issue, right? If you about Pun legacy and you about repping for Big Pun, why would you want to diminish and destroy that man's legacy, right? Big Pun been deceased since 2000, right? And since she did like the the Hollywood the Hollywood joint, the Hollywood joint, she been trying to diminish that man's legacy. His son do a diss track on him. You know what I'm saying? She go and say, yo, this dude pistol whipped me and did me something bad, right? Now for men, like you said, pistol whip you, did you filthy, you know what I'm saying? And he did all these things that you say he was abusing all this, right? Why would you want that man money? If you feel that the man was this monster, or you betray he was, why you beefing with Fat Joe about that man money? You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody harms somebody, and this goes for women and men, you wouldn't want the money of somebody that did you dirty. You would want to you don't want nothing, no association with that person. So to me, it feel like she don't want to accept accountability. You know what I'm saying? And she just want to keep blaming Fat Joe. Fat Joe not the problem. Fat Joe didn't do nothing wrong. Liza Rios is the problem. Because she exploited her ex-husband. Her deceased husband at the time, right? She exploited Big Pun. You know, Big Pun was deceased, and she went on Hollywood and said this nigga whooped her ass, pistol whipped her, and she backed out a gun on him. You said this dude pistol whipped you, backed out a gun on him, and then you got the nerve to be talking about you want money from a man that you said pistol whipped you, backed a ratchet out on you, and did all this grimy stuff, and you want that man legacy, you know? Now this gonna be on YouTube. I'm gonna turn my camera back on. It's cold out here. Hold on. Yeah. So you basically is saying that you want his money, but you want to destroy his legacy. I don't I don't understand that. That makes sense to me. You want the man money, but you want to also destroy his legacy. That don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? You know, that just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense to me. Hold on, let me take my gloves off. Yeah, that don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, dude was grimy, he whipped my ass, and then you want his money, and you want to, share the wealth of his legacy. I don't respect it. I think you would use it because if Pun was a bad person, why would you why would you want to see that man, legacy be destroyed? You know? Because I just can't me personally, I can't fathom that type of logic. You know, I can't fathom that type of logic. I just can't fathom somebody that talk ill about the man. And Remy not even married to Pun. She shows the utmost respect for that man, right? His son disses him, call him, say some foul things in a diss track. Why would your pop's been deceased all them years and you basically violating him and saying the things that you saying? Like, that to me, like, it questions people's motives. So I kind of understand why Fat Joe fell back from him. I kind of understand why Fat Joe don't rock well. Because you poison his children to hate him. You know? That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? That man loved his kids. But for you to like, do that to somebody that basically had love for you and you didn't have the same for him, you were equal opportunist type of person, you know? That's somebody that's an opportunist. And when you really look at it, that's what Liza Rios come off as, an opportunist. Like, her thing is, it's about the money with her. It's about the money with her. Ain't about, you know, yeah, Pun legacy. We gonna make sure his legacy is all right. We cherishing it. You know what I'm saying? All Joe did is show that man love and prop this legacy up. What Shorty did was destroy his legacy by saying, yo, he's an abuser. Like, you don't love somebody when you call them an abuser, bro. Like, to me, I don't understand that type of logic, bro. I don't understand that type of logic. You know what I'm saying? What happened with you and that man happened, but to go on the internet, and not even before the internet, just to go on, you know, TV and say what she said about Pun, and then you expect that somebody's supposed to pay you. Like, people don't have accountability, and that's why Pun's sister don't agree with what she doing. Pun's sister called it out and said straight up and down, Joe ain't did nothing to her. So if his own flesh and blood don't see Joe as a bad person and you do, then it just shows you that you don't got the best interest for Pun Legacy. It's a money grab. Because it's not about the legacy of Pun. Because if you can go on ETV and say that man abused you and beating you, like, and then you have to learn to say that, and knowing that's the man of your child, that's your children's father, and you're not even looking at it on some, like, this man got fans. That's the thing I don't respect. Like, she didn't even look at his fans and say, you know what, this man got fans. Man, got people that like him. You so she looked at it on a level that it's about her. It's always been about her. It never been about Big Pun. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to entrust somebody with his legacy or his story? You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of understand why his sister don't rock with her. Because what I heard, she had a relationship with his brother. That's what I've heard. And she was dealing with Pun's brother and stuff like that. So that's always been what I've heard. That she wasn't being all faithful and all real. And she wasn't being all about Pun. That it was, her doing her thing on the side. So how can somebody listen to you and you have been inconsistent?
No, that's what I'm saying.
She's been inconsistent. Somebody that's consistent. They want to try to destroy somebody that they have children with. That shit I don't understand. You trying to destroy a man that you got kids with, It's the father of your children. Your son should have not did a whole diss track on his father. You had to co-sign him doing a diss track on his father. You know what I'm saying? Why is it that, you and his own sister don't speak, is not on speaking terms? I can't respect that, bro. I just can't respect that. The man did take care of you. Try to make Joe seem like he was a dude that didn't take care of the family and he didn't do anything. Like, I can't respect that, bro. Can't respect that, bro. You know, can't go along because to me it's like, if it was about his family, and if it was about the kids, and if it was about what you said it was about, then you wouldn't have your own motives. You know what I'm saying? And Wack even spoke about how you was trying to ruin his legacy with the documentary. You know what I'm saying? So when Tiger put you in the hot seat, you left out of the interview because you don't want to hold yourself accountable. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to hold themselves accountable, and she's the main one that just didn't want to hold herself accountable for what she did. You know what I'm saying? Because you did wrong. As a grown woman, you should hold yourself accountable and say, you know what? Um, I said these things about him, but out of respect for my children and out of respect for his fans, I don't want to ruin this man's legacy. Like, you really literally try to sabotage his legacy, you know. And I just can't respect that for selfish and personal gains for money, you know. I just can't respect that, you know. Somebody that basically been with you for those many years and you, you just was envious and jealous of that man, you know. That's not somebody that loves you. That's somebody that wants to hurt you, you know. That's somebody that really don't care that he has fans, you know. That's somebody that really is out for self and they got their own personal gains and ambition to do and say what they want about a person, you know. So that's why when Tiger put on the hot seat about it, she walked about the interview and didn't want to answer those questions, which, oh, sorry. Shoot. Yeah, she didn't want to answer those questions. You know, damn, you don't got that shit in here. Yeah, she didn't want to answer those questions. You know, if she wanted to stand on them questions, she would have stand on it, and she would have never ran. You know, when somebody runs, they not genuine with what they stances is. You know, her stances is not very genuine. So, of course, she was going to leave the interview and said she felt it was biased to Joe. No, it's not biased to Joe. It's just people see through your bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We all seen the interview that she did on E. You know, back in the days. It's on YouTube if you haven't seen it. You said this man pistol whipped you. He was an abuser. You paying him out to be a monster. You didn't care about the people that like Big Pun. You didn't care about his fans. You know what I'm saying? Joe didn't do that. You did that. You know? Joe, all he did was uplift his brother. You know what I'm saying? Remy Ma didn't do that. All she did was uplift the man that went and got her to deal. You know? But all you did was try to destroy you. So yeah, I don't respect it. You know, a lot of people say, yo, that was kind of wrong and unprofessional. No, it wasn't unprofessional and wrong. You know what I'm saying? Liza Rios have to be accountable for what she did, bro. She is literally trying to ruin her husband's legacy. You know, even with her trying to even do the documentary, she wants to ruin the man's legacy. You know what I'm saying? She ain't trying to do an interview, a documentary on good faith and uplift him on a positive level. You know what I'm saying? And for somebody like Cuban Link, somebody that been with Joe, you know, somebody that been with Joe all his, not Joe, but Pun, been with Pun his whole life, and say, yo, Pun, my brother, yo, why are you even stamping that, bro? Like that right there is in violation because if that was my brother, I'm not stamping anybody that's slandering my brother. I don't care if it's wife, kids, I'm not co-signing that. Wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? That just shows you their relationship wasn't all that close. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at a dude like Sunkiss, you don't see him coming online doing the things that Cuban is doing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sunkiss. You know what I'm saying? And that was a dude that was closer to the Big Pun. But when you look at old boy and her, you know, it's like they doing the desperation, man. People try to make Joe be out the bad guy, but is he really the bad guy when he trying to preserve that man's legacy? Because the bad guy is somebody that's not trying to preserve the legacy. You know, the bad person in the whole thing is his wife because she trying to destroy the legacy. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there, I'm listening to the interview, and she talking about, yo, this is a Fat Joe interview, and I'm gonna leave. All right, you leaving, but you don't want to answer the questions of why you try to fuck over dude. You try to fuck over dude. You know what I'm saying? I just can't, on any level, I can't respect people that do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, yo, listen, if I'm doing an interview, and somebody's talking about my legacy, about me and my family, yeah, I need a better thank you. Talking about my legacy and my family, and my wife is being on the platform, and I try to off up there, and she basically is going on, you know, E Network slandering me, saying I whipped her ass, and I got children with this woman. That's not somebody that I want to even think that has got love for me or feelings for me. That's somebody, okay, thank you. That's somebody that basically has hate and animosity towards me, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I like when you look at the scenario, the whole shit is like, Shorty got hate for dude. Oh, thank you. My gloves in my pocket. Thank you. Have a good day. Move around in the front of the car. Happy holidays. Happy holidays, brother. Yeah. So, that's somebody that ain't real, man. You ain't changing to the person, man. Because if you love a person, you wouldn't want to violate them for a check. And even with the documentary, that I'm glad that, you know, why I didn't go through with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that documentary would have been a slander hit piece. You know what I'm saying? Salute, 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 salute. That would have been a slander hit piece because imagine Faith Evans and Lil Kim Dog out Big and Charlie Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, they went through their things with Big, but for the love of Big and for the love of his children, she not gonna go and violate, you know, Big. This is the father of her kids. You know what I'm saying? She not gonna go up there and violate this. Her and this man got a son together, even though she did her shit, he did his shit. But she not gonna do the Liza Rios and get on there and say, oh, this nigga beat my ass and pistol whipped me. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you look as a person doing some shit like that? Only a foul individual would do that. That's like I said, when Tiger held her feet to the fire and he did the interview, people try to like denigrate him and say, oh, yo, that was messed up. Yo, that was an unprofessional interview. No, it wasn't an unprofessional interview. It was a nigga getting the truth out of the conversation and was saying, listen, you know, what's the issue with you and Fat Joe? You know what I'm saying? And I kind of respect it because he wanted to know what was the issue between Fat Joe and her. And because he couldn't get that because she walked off the interview, everybody saying, oh, it was unprofessional. No, it wasn't unprofessional, dogs. You know what I'm saying? It was just, she didn't want to be held accountable. And a lot of women don't want to be held accountable because a lot of women have intentions. You have to remember, Joe Fat a big pun. Before he became a rapper, he had money before he was a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all heard the story, you know what I'm saying? He was blowing through the bread. Why? Because he was with this woman that was blowing through all the money. Liza Rios. You know what I'm saying? So he was living in Miami. He was living a good life. You know what I'm saying? Because he had lawsuit money, right? And he blew through it. Him blowing through the bread, you know what I'm saying? You know, put him right back in the hood. And God put a blessing in disguise, and he linked up with Fat Joe, and they did the whole Terror Squad thing, and he dropped a classic rap album and Capital Punishment, and him and Joe did some legendary things together, right? Now, mind you, this is the same dude that, found Remy, you know, that found Cuban and all these people and brought them down with Joe, right? And, you know, people make Fat Joe seem like he's the villain, but he's really not the villain in the story. He's really the good dude in the story because, one, he didn't have to, you know, sign for him. And he still looked after the nigga family, bro. You know what I'm saying? He still looked after the nigga family. And the F up part about him looking after the dude's family, you know, his wife messed up the money. And not only that she messed up the money, but she went on platforms disintegrating the man after he passed away. When she went on E Hollywood, it was like 2002, and she went and just dragged dude. It's like, yo, what part of the game is that? You saying yo dude pistol with me and violently assaulted me with his gun and I thought I was gonna die. And, the things he was saying was like, and his kids was like kids, bro. So for somebody to be the wife to ruin that man's legacy out of hate you, because I'm gonna keep it real, man. Hate can come from people that you love and people that's your own, not even blood, but just people that you love and that you do everything for. You know, Big Pun just had a circle of snakes. It's kind of like Tupac, bro. Circle of snakes. You know what I'm saying? Dudes, you know what I'm saying? They with you and they ride with you, but if they really ride with you, they wouldn't let certain things fly, bro. Like Cuban Link let those things fly about him in a slanderous way. Because one, I would take the sister side because his sister don't feel the same way that Liza feel. His sister feel that Joe did right by the family. Joe did right by her. You know what I'm saying? His sister feel like Liza's the opportunist. Liza's the one that messed the money up. Liza's the one that's trying to ruin the legacy. And I take the sister side over her side any day. Because that's his blood. And a lot of people, just because you married to a person, that don't mean they loyal to you. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean they had your best interest. That just mean they about the bag. You know what I'm saying? They about the bag. You know? Hold on real quick. You know? So everybody that say their family don't got the best interest for you, bro. And we always gotta remember that because in life, a person can say they love you, that don't mean they genuinely love you. So when it comes to like the big punk thing, you know, you know, when it comes to the big punk thing, it's very sad because, you know, his own son dissed him and all type of things. You know, because it's like, how can you know, as a mother, sit there and allow your son to diss the man that is his father, like the man that was your husband, that you exchanged vows with? How can you sit there as a woman and just feel comfortable to be that callous and cold to not check that? Because that's your husband at the end of the day. That's your kid's father at the end of the day. That shouldn't even be tolerable for him to diss. And I understood why Fat Joe backed away from him. Because it's like, yo, you got his kids dissing, you got his son dissing them kids, speaking ill about him. Like, come on, bro. That's not cool. Because if you know Big Pun back in the days, you used to see him, he had his kids and everything. The videos, the magazine articles. You know what I'm saying? He always talked about his wife and, like, relationships is relationships. But when you get on the media and disparage him as a man, and then you got the nerve to be crying foul and talking about people being biased to Fat Joe, and how can you, this man stole money from my family? No, he didn't steal no goddamn money from a appropriated and mismanaged the money to the point that Fat Joe had to cut you off. You know what I'm saying? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, bro? Like Fat Joe had to cut you off. And because Fat Joe had to cut you off, you came on your platform and you have been going after this man, making all type of slanderous lies. And then his sister had to come out in his defense and prove and tell the people, no, he did right by Pun. You know what I'm saying? Like people get mad and say, yo, Remy, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. But Remy always repped Big Pun. You've never heard Remy speak ill about Big Pun. Remy, you know, ride for him and defend his name the same way, you know, Little Kim defends Biggie's name. Liza should be doing what Faith Evans do for Biggie. Rep that man's name. No, regardless of what y'all had going on in y'all marriage, regardless of whatever it was, infidelity, regardless of the whatever you want to say, abuse, whatever, regardless of that man got fans. You know, people don't want to hear your story. They want to hear the Big Pun story. They want to hear about Big Pun. That's what people care about. We care about Big Pun. And you to try to like smut his legacy and smut his name, I feel that's kind of like that's hypocritical. I find that's kind of messed up, and I find that's kind of foul because how you as the mother of his children could even fix your mouth to do and slander that man for what you slander that man for, you know? So I feel like that's messed up, man, and like people shouldn't feel sorry for Liza Rios. You know, I don't feel sorry for her. I think she need to hold herself accountable. You know, she trying to ruin Big Pun's legacy. You know, she's trying to ruin his legacy. She's trying to ruin his legacy. So anybody that's trying to ruin the legacy of an artist that's legendary like Big Pun, we can't respect that. Yeah, you know, you trying to ruin his legacy. I just can't respect that as a woman and as the mother of his seed. You know, both his seeds. You know, because I got 3 kids together. Like you having 3 kids with this man. You know, I feel like that's kind of fat. You know, this man been with you that many years. You talk about how this man was homeless and you took this man in and all this, and you talked about the humble beginnings. But it just seemed to me that you so jealous of this man that you don't care about how the public. You want the public to see uh, a foul depiction of him. You don't want to see a real, you know, depiction of this man to the people because the general masses love Big Pun. The general masses want to see Big Pun's story. The general masses want to hear about Big Pun. You know, they don't want to hear these horror stories that you want to come up there because now it's all about for self. You know, when somebody like Cuban Link that say, "Oh, Pun is my brother," you ain't repping your brother because you should have shut that shit all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Because like his sister said, man, she was doing a lot of cheating on Big Pun. She was doing a lot of foul things to Big Pun, and she insinuated a lot of things in her interview about the sister. So when you listen to his sister, I take her word over, you know, her, you know, because her agenda is her agenda. You know, salute, Tyron. Her agenda is her agenda. And her agenda is perfectly clear that it's about the bag. You know, it's about Liza Rios getting what she wants. You know, and now that's why I said I don't have no respect for Cuban Link as somebody that called herself like Joe is more of a brother than Cuban Link. That's why nobody is co-signing Cuban Link bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Like people not co-signing his bullshit. You know, people's not co-signing none of these people's bullshit, bro. You know, like shout out to somebody like a Sunkiss who was really up and down with Pun. That's Pun's brother. Like Sunkiss was, and you never heard this man, you know, came online and co-signed any, you know, F-boy shit. You know, him and Joe had their differences and all that, but he never came online and co-signed any of the F-boy shit. You, you know, like the stuff that that Cuban and Liza has done is ruining that man legacy. Hey, yo, Zoe, what's up, beautiful? How you doing? You don't be acknowledging me no more. You know, you know. I'm talking about I'm talking about Big Pun wife, Zoe. You know, but yeah, you don't be acknowledging me no more. I'll be saying hello. She old Miss Hollywood and shit. Nah, but I see you doing your thing. Shout out to you. I like what you doing with your brain. You know, but yeah, man. Like I said, Liza Rios is a liar, man. She need to be hold herself accountable, and people need to hold herself accountable. Every time she do an interview, hold her accountable. Like you keep slandering Fat Joe. What about what you did with that man money? I love you too, Zoe. I love you too. You know, appreciate you for pulling up. You know, but yeah, you gotta hold these people accountable, man. You can't you know, let these people come on their platforms and try to really destroy this man's character and destroy this man, Fat Joe, because she wanna squander that man money and wanna destroy that man legacy. I can't respect that. I can't respect that. So, like I said, man, I can't respect what Liza Rios did. Shout out to Upper Cab, to my boy Tiger for doing what he did, calling her out because you mad at Fat Joe, but you should be mad at yourself for even going on E Network to slander the father of your children and to slander that man and to destroy his legacy. You would rather destroy his legacy than uplift his legacy. And that's all I got to say. Salute. I'm a holler.